and these sneakers right here are a big part of our sneaker culture. So let's take a look. First up, guys, we got the New Balance. Now, the New Balance has been going strong, guys. First off, this was a company that was co-founded over 100 years ago in 1906 by Irish immigrant William J. Riley, and the company has been going strong ever since, guys. From creating their first shoe, the Trackstar, in 1938, up until present day now. Now, of course, New Balance hasn't always been the most popular model besides Nike and Adidas, but it has stood the test of times, and which is why we are still where we are today with the brand. Now, of course, my favorite model of the New Balance is always going to be the 990 V3, just because of how comfortable this shoe is. And from, growing up wearing New Balance and just always being a fan of New Balance, I'm definitely glad to see how many people have just been so diverse to the New Balance brand. Was, of course, one of those brands that, we could have seen it fluctuate, we could have seen it go to the ground, but it has stood the test of times. And of course, with the V3 model being so popular back in the 90s, I'm glad that we are still here today with New Balance. Now, of course, the New Balance shoe was originally created for arch support for your feet, and it did come with some support as far as cushioning, polyurethane to protect your feet. Of course, this was made as a running shoe, of course, for hiking, things of that nature. But in my opinion, can you really go wrong with a New Balance shoe? I mean, a shoe that's super comfortable, that you can throw on anywhere you want to go. I mean, personally, me, I use my V3s for any errand that I want to run, because these are just super comfortable in my opinion. And to see New Balance still going strong to this day, guys, it definitely brings a smile and so much joy to, it brings so much joy to me. And I'm pretty sure for many of you out there who do rock with the New Balance brand, you guys could definitely say the same, man. Listen, I love New Balance, and I'm glad that New Balance is still here doing this thing, man. Listen, if you rock with them, much love, y'all. But if y'all want a more history on the New Balance, or more brief in depth of how the New Balance came about, make sure to let me know down below. But I had to put the New Balance in there at number one. Next up, guys, we have the Air Force One. The Air Force One, of course, is a staple in the sneaker community. Now, I always say this simply because this was a shoe that was specifically designed for sportswear. And of course, most of you who don't know, the high tops was very popular back in the 90s. Now, of course, from players like Moses Malone, Jerry Stackhouse, Rasheed Wallace, who even has his own high top pair of Air Force Ones as well, with the strap in the back, they have been campaigning and marketing the Air Force One, making it a staple in the sneaker community. And even with Nelly, with his hit single, I want to say back in 2002, Air Force Ones definitely sparked some popularity for the shoe. It definitely went so diverse and expanded its horizons into the fashion world, and we've seen so many different collaborations, from the Virgil Abloh Off-White Air Force Ones to the Fat Joe Terror Squad to the Rockefeller Jay-Z Air Force Ones. Just so many different iterations being perfected on the Air Force One, which is why this will forever be a staple in the sneaker community, and also one of the first shoes to actually feature an air cushioning on the hardwood floor, of course, which is the basketball court. And I mean, how can you go wrong with an Air Force One? Of course, everybody needs to have that classic white pair. Of course, you have some people who like to have that classic black pair, of course, but man, if you know about the high tops back in the 90s, those was the more popular versions before it became the low top. But I mean, nowadays, many people do want to have, you know, a fresh white pair of ups. I mean, maybe even 10 to 100 pairs. You know, I mean, you can't go wrong with them. But the Air Force One will forever be a staple in the sneaker community. And it's just such a diverse and versatile shoe. No matter how many years from now we are, guys, the Air Force One will always be here, man. Nike Air, one of Nike's highest selling shoes right now that just will be here forever, man. But had to put the Air Force One in there, guys. And lastly, the Air Jordan 3, guys. The Air Jordan 3. Most of you may be wondering why I'm putting the Air Jordan 3 on here. And simply, I'm putting the Air Jordan 3 on here because if it wasn't for the Air Jordan 3, we wouldn't have a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, or an 8, to be honest. The reason I say that is because, of course, you know, a new sneakerhead is born every day, which is why I have to give this information out. But of course, if you didn't know, Michael Jordan was planning on leaving Nike for Adidas or Converse. Thanks to legendary designer Tinker Hatfield, he designed the Air Jordan 3, in which Michael Jordan wanted a more mid-low cut, you know, but even though they made the Air Jordan 3 a mid-high cut, but it was more so he wanted a mid-cut version from the Air Jordan 2 and Air Jordan 1. And of course, this was the first Air Jordan to ever feature that air bubble unit on the midsole, that elephant print. And of course, it took a different turn when when Tinker Hatfield decided to switch out the Air Wings logo for that Nike, for that Air Jordan Jumpman, in my opinion, which definitely is something dope. So the Air Jordan 3 is definitely a staple because, as I mentioned, without this shoe, we wouldn't have many other Air Jordan. Like I mentioned, if you want a more in-depth history on the Air Jordan 3 or any of these sneakers that I did talk about, make sure to comment down below. But the Air Jordan 3 will forever be a classic, cool sneaker. And seeing how the white cements is an OG and a sneaker that MJ did wear, I mean, how can you go wrong? 1988 slam dunk contest. Listen, do I really have to say more? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below, man. 60, 70 years, listen guys, these will forever be here. All of these shoes will forever be here. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Sorry if this video was so long, but you know, I love doing videos like this, you know, because a new sneakerhead is always arising in the sneaker community every day. So I just wanted to, you know, drop this info on you guys. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, guys. Join the Sneaker Life fam. It is greatly appreciated. Keep them post notifications turned on. I do got some bangers on the way. And like I always say, you got your boy J-Jus. You got the channel. You got these 3 sneakers that play a huge impact on our sneaker culture today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this video was helpful for most of you. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Reach for the stars. Sky's the limit. And we out.